Good morning. You're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is John Rietveldt, the CEO of I4F's. John, how you doing?
I'm very well, Kemp. How are you?
I'm good. I think I've caught you in Montreal. I talked to you last week, and you were in Belgium, so you're getting around, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm happy that, to a high extent, we can do what we did in the past, is to visit customers and partners. So I'm enjoying myself a lot that is possible again, even though it's a mess at most of the airports. Yeah. But I'm happy to be around.
So at least you're beating the heat being up in the northern part.
It is warm everywhere where I've been in the last 2 weeks. It is extremely warm here, and I saw the weather forecast for Pittsburgh, where I go later this morning. It's also very hot. So let's see. I have short sleeves, so it should be managed.
A couple of things to talk about. The biggest news are these 3 new patents you've gotten in this whole digital printing technology area. But you also have a material savings trademark, BeLite, which you've been working with CFL on. Let's talk about that. Before we get to that, though, just tell us how's business.
Yeah, business in general is good. We see some slowdown in general. Of course, it's not a big surprise because there were booming years for flooring in the last 2 years, also because of COVID and people spending more on the house. And now there are, of course, some adverse effects with the inflation currently and uncertainty and consumer confidence. So we see some slowdown. But of course, we all need to manage our businesses through good and bad times. So it's up to us to come with meaningful innovations which help manufacturers and retail distribution to sell more and to be of interest of consumers.
This strength of the dollar has to be impacting your business as well right now.
Yeah, in this case, it's of course slightly favorable because we have quite some revenues in dollars, but it's of course difficult to manage your business on currency. So we always look at the apples with apples, but it has been an amazing development. I had to look it up. Apparently it happened before, 20 years ago. I cannot really remember that it went to this position.
Yeah, it is amazing. Well, I want to talk to you primarily about this Hymmen partnership you have. It's a German company that's a leader in the digital printing technology, especially onto LVT and laminate products. So tell us about the latest developments with these patents.
Yes, of course, Hymmen, but also I4F and the partners of I4F are continuously looking to strengthen the patent/technology portfolio with new development or with the present technology in a broader protection scope. We are happy that with what we have announced to have new patents in the US and China, which are all around the digital embossing technology. Yeah, so that makes the position stronger. And of course, the main objective you have is to protect your own technology. But of course, we also are looking at protecting ourselves against potential copycats. So strengthening this overall patent portfolio remains an extremely important element.
I mean, that's the core of your business. I4F is an intellectual property company who has been taking market share. And I guess this digital embossing technology makes the end product more realistic looking, right?
Yeah, it is amazing what you can achieve with the optics. And of course, since there is much more interest, there are digital printer lines sold and more, that will develop further. Because the way how you treat your designs is also a transformation relative to how it was done up to now or is done today. So yeah, we have not seen yet the start of it, but the realistic image is amazing.
Now these lines that are installed, they're quite an investment, and you've sold 2 so far in this country. CFL's bought 1, Engineered Floors has bought 1. You may have news next week about a 3rd one, I'm hearing. Hymmen and you guys, this partnership, the market leader.
Yeah, we are, and we're aiming to remain that and to really create a standard, which I think also helps industry. The more similar technology is used, the more you get an accelerated development and transformation. Unfortunately, I cannot announce it today because of the confidentiality we have agreed with our partner and customer. But Monday we will do an announcement that there is a new line sold, and that line will be the first digital printer line in China.
All right. So tell us, just to switch gears for a minute, you also have a technology, the material savings technology that's called BeLite. Tell us about that.
Yeah, BeLite is a material saving technology. It fits in the overall vision of I4F to go really more sustainable. That's not only a trend what others would like you to see doing, but also what we intrinsically see as an enormous important contribution kind of to the future of the world, if I may say so. So one of the key elements is always the weight, because that also restricts how many products you can get in a container and whatnot. So we always look to technologies which can help us to improve that. And it has been a development where I4F has IP, but where CFL has been enormously active in the technical execution of technology and also the IP. And we have partnered up on that. And that is called a BeLite. It's a thermal forming technology. So you basically kind of push or print in the back of the board certain profile. It could be a honeycomb or a waffle print. And with that, you take material out. So basically you get less material out of the extruder, and then that is then pushed around to still obtain the thickness you had in the SKU. So this is an extremely important development, and I'm sure of very high interest. At least if I look to, after the announcement we made, how many reactions and requests we have received for more information is enormous. This is why I think it's one of the bigger introductions we have done. It will save, as you also have seen in the announcement at Kemp, up to 20% material saving, so it's translating around 5% of the overall manufacturing cost, but also an important reduction of transport costs. What I said, they will be able to get more square feet in a container, and so that will reduce the logistic cost. We think that will be in the magnitude of around 6%. Of course, everything dependent on how thick the board is, but this is an extremely important element because it will help to give more profit into the whole chain, but secondly also serve that we consume less materials.
Very interesting. All right, John, well, I appreciate you giving us an update on the two biggest things that's going on right now with I4F. Again, been talking to John Rietveldt, the CEO of I4F, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.